Actually, with Gateside Wrestler, Rainn Guerrero is coming off a unanimous decision this past Saturday. Rain, how are you?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm happy to be talking with you. It's been 5 days since your fight. How you feeling?
Um, Honestly, I'm still not 100% healed. I got like a sore rib. I don't know where. I don't know what she did. I don't know if it was a body triangle or like an up kick. I don't know what the hell happened. But I got a sore rib and some cauliflower ear that really hurt. So
Well, yeah. Well, that was my next question. That was my next question. Was just how you feeling? How's your body feeling?
yeah, I feel all right. I feel like a little truck hit me because it did really. Still sore in a lot of places, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, I'm all right. I'm good enough to train. I'm training right now. Well, I just got done, so I'm good enough to train. But like I said, it's just like the cauliflower really hurts every time it gets touched. Can't really. It just hurts worse than it looks, but it's right here at the top. It's just the most pain. It has like its own heartbeat, dude. It hurts really bad.
What'd you work on today at the gym?
We did a lot of mitts, more so me just coming forward and finding my range. That was something I was having trouble with Olivia, even though I was a longer fighter, right? I did a lot of like pitter pattering and a lot of range finding and stuff. And so we really would just practice on like me coming forward with straight shots, just kind of going back to the basics. Yeah, like I said, just closing off the distance because it was just a lot of outside here, pitter patting and throwing punches that were far away and shit like that. So I really want to fix that because um, I just got booked right for November 6th against Christina Marks, and she's a striker. She's long, and she likes to come in with straight punches and stuff too. So kind of fixing what I did last time for this new one.
Awesome. Yeah. So I saw your fight. How do you feel about your performance?
Um, Honestly, I was a little disappointed. Honestly, it wasn't my best. Definitely wasn't my best, but I'm grateful for the experience. Grateful for the adversity that I was put through, and just being able to fight out of really bad positions. That was really important for my growth. So happy that that happened, but honestly, I was not impressed. Was not impressed.
What was the game plan going in?
The game plan was to stay on the feet and stuff her shots, which we did that. But after that first round, right, I just kind of like had like that weird scramble where I got my head caught in the front headlock, and then she dropped that and took me down against the cage, and then I spent like 4 minutes right with her on my back. So like in the second round, I guess I was just like weary of that and really just didn't let my hands go like I should have, right? I guess subconsciously I was worried about the takedown and stuff. But the plan was right to stay on the feet and stuff her shots. So I did that. I just didn't do what I wanted to do on the feet, which is kind of where the disappointment was coming in, right? I should have lit her up, but I was having a hard time.
I think you're being a little bit hard on yourself. I think it was a pretty.
No.
I don't know. I think you're being a little hard on yourself. Are you always a little? Are you always your biggest critic?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess so, but I also like, I have very realistic and very blunt coaches too. So, it's probably a little bit of both. But yeah, I guess for the most part, I am my toughest critic. I just know what I'm capable of.
Hmm.
And I know when I didn't hit that potential, and I know when I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I know there was more in there and stuff, and so yeah, I grinded out the win and stuff, but it what didn't go the way like it should have. In my, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm capable of more.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, before we talk about your recently booked fight, I did want to ask you: do you have a nickname yet?
Yeah, so I've been known as the bully my whole career. But I've actually decided to drop it. So I haven't actually gone public with that. I just this last fight I didn't just didn't tell him I had a nickname, right? But all my OGs and everyone that's been with me, through the trenches, they know me as the bully. And I think that'll probably just stick with me from like, everyone that's known me from this time of my career on. But once I hit the scene, right, and like the world starts to know me, I just want them to know me as Rain because I mean, my name's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, why don't you go with like Rainstorm Guerrero or like Rain Poe?
Yeah, there's just so much. Right? like my whole life I've been called like just everything, lightning, thunder, storm, and just everything that you could think of. When I was little, like in kindergarten, they used to sing Rain, Rain, Go Away all the time. So, like I've even had someone say that's the corniest thing ever. It was raining outside and they're like, "Oh, look, your cousins are outside." Or like something like so stupid. So like so there's like so many things that you could say with it, rainbow, rainforest, it's endless. So I kind of just like, hey, I don't even have a middle name. Like,
Oh wow, okay.
kind of feel like, my name's cool.
Yeah,
And
it isn't. It isn't. Like you said, you've got it your entire life. You've got everything. So, um, I did want to ask for anybody that does not know your story, how did you get into mixed martial arts?
uh so I actually wanted to so I gained a lot of weight at a point in my life, just dealing with like, just depression and addiction and domestic violence and shit like that. And so there was a point that I got to 235 pounds. And it was kind of one of those things that I wanted to go back and play softball, right? Like I wanted to go back and finish my college softball career, but I had gained so much weight that I knew that I couldn't just go to Planet Fitness and lose this weight, right? I knew I had to do some sort of activity, so I decided to try to learn how to defend myself, self defense, as well as lose weight, and that's what got me to start, cardio kickboxing. And but I started that at a jiu-jitsu school at Ohana Academy in San Antonio. So, and then I'm peer pressured, right, to put the gi on because I'm at a jiu-jitsu school. And it just kind of, just escalated from there. But I initially started more on a self-defense weight loss journey, um, and it just escalated pretty quickly.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, thanks for sharing that. I mean, how long did it take you to be like, dude, like I can make a living fighting?
Well, let me see. It was kind of so I guess it was in the era that like Ronda, right? Ronda hit the scene. And that was the first time I even realized that girls could fight. I didn't even know that. Like, no one in my family fights. We're all a baseball family. So just there was never like wrestling in my high school. Like, I just was very, very ignorant to the whole martial arts, any type. So, um, Ronda was really like the crowd, like, oh shit, girls can fight. And then it made me realize that like you can actually go farther in fighting than you ever could in softball, right?
Mhm.
Because in basically you get a degree and that's the highest you can go, right? Because it took it out of the Olympics. There's no professional league anymore and everything. So um it was Ronda that like it really got me thinking like, oh shit, right? And so that was kind of like where I decided to just put my focus and I kind of just let the softball dream die, right? Like, hey, I had a year in college, right? I didn't finish, and just hey, this is what it is. And I just it was Ronda.
Gotcha, gotcha. Awesome, awesome. All right. So Christina Marks, former UFC fighter. She was on the Ultimate Fighter. How do you like the matchup?
I like the matchup. I think it's the perfect fight for this time in my career. I think that she's experienced. She's really scrappy, right? She's like down to fucking fight. And like, and I think that is just exactly the fight that I want right now in my career. And especially coming off another win and then her even saying yes, like, bro, I gotta take this regardless. I gotta take it. Yeah, yeah, because that's been the hardest thing for me my whole career is to keep an opponent. And so I like the matchup. I think that she is, like I said, her experience is her biggest, her biggest thing for her and stuff. But the fact that she's down and just stand there and kind of scrap it out, like I like that. So I'm really excited and I know that anytime I could take her down and fucking smash her too. So all else fails, I'll put on her back real quick too. So I like.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of already said it, but like, do you believe this is the perfect next opponent for your career?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Her experience is the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to test myself, and my skills against someone that's like been in there, with like the highest level and stuff. And so bringing my fight to her, is something that like I'm really excited to just test myself and show the world, right? And because all my opponents as a professional they've all had less than 5 fights. So fighting someone that has 19 fights, right, and about to have their 20th fight is something that I really want to prove my skills against. So yeah, this time in my career, someone like her, someone down scrappy like that, this is perfect. It's a perfect time for me.
Awesome. Well, I'm stoked for you. What promotion is it going to be in?
It's gonna be for Fury FC. Yep, yep. Um, I
Okay.
can get I can get my fight with them. So I had my first amateur fight with them at 155 pounds. Right, I fought at lightweight, and right, because I'm coming down right from the biggest weight of all time, and coming down from heavyweight basically. And so I had my first fight with them, and I've never been able to fight for them again. Just opponents, man. I don't know how many contracts I've signed with Eric, and like these girls, they just don't follow through. So luckily me and Eric have a good relationship that he's let me go out and fight these other promotions and stuff if they've been able to find a matchup. So really lucky on that. But it's nice to come back full circle, is having my first amateur fight and coming back, and having this pivotal moment in my career back with Fury. It's the stars are aligning for me, dude. I'm telling you, like it's all coming together.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, I really like Fury. I do social media for them. I do their Twitter, and it's so awesome to see how big they've grown. And now it's become this premier regional scene,
Mm-hmm.
especially in Texas. And
Mm-hmm.
you'll be fighting on UFC Fight Pass, which is pretty dope, right?
Yeah, it'll be my first time.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That,
it'll be my time. I'm super excited about that. I just feel so official now.
absolutely, absolutely, no, for sure. Well, at the end of the day, November 6th, how do you get your hand raised?
I'm gonna knock her out. I
Mm,
knock her out, but but it's because when she gets a little emotional, right? She strikes, right, and she's like, "So stand there, man," and she'll throw as hard as she can. But like, bro, like you can't do that with me, dude. Like you can't stand in the pocket with me, dude. And so I think I'm a catcher. My coaches think I'm a TKO or on the ground. They think I'll ground and pound her. So either way, there's gonna be a KO of some sort of nature, some species of KOs coming.
love it. I love it. Well, that will be three fights for you in 2022, right?
I had a Brill, yeah, a Brill, Olivia, and then yeah, and then now her. That
Um, so not looking past Christine at all, but like looking towards like 2023, what do you want your next year to look like? Like, are you trying to get to the UFC, or are you trying to, kind of like kind of slow build? Like, what's your mindset?
no, we're trying to go to the UFC. We're trying to go to the UFC because of um the fights, right? At the regional scene, it's hard. It's hard. And oh, I'm sorry, that's my battery. There you are. Uh, it's hard on the regional scene to keep an opponent. My topology, right, maybe shows like 3 canceled bouts. I've had like damn near 20, like no bullshit as a professional. I swear to God, like it's the craziest thing. And so we're going to the UFC for the matchups and for the experience, and that's where the fights are at. It's just that's where the money's at. That's where the fights are at. Like, and so I think at this time in my life in my career, I think it's time now. I do definitely want to get this next one knocked out, and then maybe one more. I would not be opposed to one or two more, but hey, it's coming. I think next year we're gonna get the call.
Awesome, awesome. That's awesome to hear. Rain, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you might have, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
I would like to thank my gorillas at war, of course. Man, you guys put me through the fire every day. My sponsors, Colt 45, SA Colt 45. They're a baseball league in San Antonio. Go by there on the south side. They've been my day ones, and they sponsored me since my first Emmy fight. I got Creative Concepts Construction. I got TCAP Daiquiris. TCAP is they got a shop in San Antonio and Houston, and they got a flavor called the Bully. It's purple and it's very delicious. So if you're in the area, please order that. It's very good. I made it myself. Let me see who else we got. Snow Grappling Academy. My boy Josh helps me with my wrestling. Big shout out to him. He's a huge staple in my camp. Who else I got? Oh, Ricky the Shooter, my cameraman. Who else I got? Power Shift Automotive. They just sponsored my last fight. It's my boy Brian. He has a mechanic shop out in San Antonio, so please hit him up for all your mechanical needs. My Instagram is Rainn.drops. My Twitter is Rainn MMA, and Facebook, you can still find my Facebook, Rainn Guerrero. I still mess with Facebook. I don't care what anyone says. I like Facebook. I don't care. I don't care what y'all say, okay? Send me a friend request. I may or may not accept it because I got a lot of them.